let's talk about something everybody understands: money. Big money. The kind of money that changes your whole family tree. We're talking a heavyweight championship fight for wealth. In one corner you got the tech wizards. Ideas sketched on a napkin turned into billions. They move fast, they break things, and they get paid. Speed. Innovation. The next big thing that everybody's gotta have on their phone or computer. It's a wild ride, believe me. In the other corner you have the kings of luxury. This ain't about speed, this is about legacy. Fancy handbags, expensive watches, that champagne you only pop for a real celebration. Their wealth didn't just appear overnight. Built slow, steady, and strong like a brick house. They sell desire, they sell status, they sell a promise of quality that lasts forever. One path is like a rocket ship blasting straight up into the stratosphere. You might get to the moon, or you might blow up on the launch pad. The other path is like taking the grand winding staircase in a palace. Every step is solid gold, it's a beautiful journey. You know for a fact you're gonna reach the top floor. Which one is the real winner in this wealth war? Now, don't get it twisted. Both of these paths lead to a whole lot of zeros in the bank account. We're talking about the richest people on the planet, folks. One is based on the future, on what's next, on changing the world as we know it. The other is based on the past, on tradition, on a timeless elegance that never fades. So let's break it down and see who really holds the crown. Let's start with these tech guys. You know who I'm talking about, Elon Musk, the fella trying to put us on Mars and sell us electric cars. Mark Zuckerberg. He started a little website in his dorm room. College kids used it to connect. Now your grandma is on Facebook posting pictures of her cat. Larry Page, Sergey Brin, the brains behind Google. Think about that for a second. They created the thing you use to find everything. These guys weren't born with a silver spoon. They had a big idea, a garage, a whole lot of hustle. The crazy part is the speed. Broke on a Tuesday, billionaires by Friday. Their wealth didn't just grow, it exploded. Smart kids with a computer. Next thing, magazine covers. Changing how we live, work, and think. So how do these tech companies make so much money so fast? It's all about scale, baby. Scale. Look at a company like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. They built a platform one time and now billions of people around the world can use it all at once. They're not selling one car at a time or one designer dress at a time. They're selling access, they're selling data, and they're selling ads to a global audience. Once the hard work of building the thing is done, they can add 1 million new users without it costing them much at all. That's how you get that explosive growth. Then, you got the giants like Apple. Apple doesn't just sell you a phone, they sell you an entire ecosystem. iPhone, AirPods, Apple Watch, and apps from their app store. They get a piece of everything. Microsoft, software that runs almost every office computer in the world. They built the highways of the digital age and now they're collecting the tolls. And let's not forget about Amazon. A fella named Jeff Bezos started out selling books online from his garage. Now Amazon sells everything to everyone, everywhere. They've become the world's corner store. And with their cloud computing service, Amazon Web Services, they're powering a huge chunk of the internet itself. These companies didn't just enter a market, they created entirely new markets. They saw the future, got there first, and then built a fortress so nobody else could catch up. That's how you go from zero to $1 trillion company. Now let's switch gears and talk about the other side of the coin. Let's talk about the luxury kings. The main man you gotta know is Bernard Arnault. This man is the chairman of LVMH. That stands for Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. See? Even the name sounds rich. He's often right there at the top of the world's richest list, toe-to-toe with the tech guys. Then you have François Pinault, who runs Kering. The group owns powerhouse brands like Gucci, Saint Laurent. Alright, let's get down to the brass tacks. The survey says, let's look at the numbers. When you look at the market capitalization, that's the total value of all of a company's shares. The tech companies are just mind-blowing. At any given time, companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google can be worth over $2 or even $3 trillion. That's a T, not a B, a trillion. That number is so big, it's hard to even wrap your head around. The top tech companies together are worth more than the entire economies of most countries in the world. Now the luxury groups are no slouches, let me tell you. LVMH, Bernard Arnault's empire, often has a market cap in the neighborhood of $400 to $500 billion. Kering might be somewhere around 60 to 80 billion. These are massive, massive companies. But when you put them side by side with the tech giants, you can see the difference in scale. That just shows you the sheer size and economic power that the digital revolution has unleashed on the world. But here's where it gets interesting. Market cap tells you about size, but it doesn't tell you the whole story. You gotta look at stability. During a shaky economy, which stocks do you think people get nervous about first? It's often those high-flying tech stocks. Their value is based on future growth, and when the future looks uncertain, investors get scared. But luxury goods? The people who buy a $5,000 purse, a $20,000 watch, are often the last people to be affected by a little economic downturn. Luxury sales can be surprisingly resilient. So if you were an investor with some money to put down, where would you place your bet? Would you put your chips on tech or on luxury? Let's talk about the pros and cons. If you invest in tech, the potential for growth is astronomical. You could invest in a small startup that becomes the next Google, and your money could multiply 1,000 times over. This is the sector for people who are looking for that home run. It's exciting, it's cutting edge. It gives you a chance to be part of the future. The upside is practically unlimited. But the downside is just as big. For every Google, there are 1,000 failed startups that burned through all their cash and disappeared. The tech sector is incredibly volatile. Stock prices can swing wildly based on a single earnings report, a new competitor, a tweet from a CEO. You need a strong stomach to invest in tech. It's a high-stakes poker game. You could win the whole pot, or you could lose your entire stack on one bad hand. Now, what about investing in luxury? The pros here are stability, reliability. When you buy stock in a company like LVMH, you're not just buying a company. You're buying a portfolio of the world's most iconic brands. These companies have pricing power, loyal customers, a history of steady growth. So here we are at the end of the showdown: tech billionaires versus luxury kings. Who wins the wealth war? The final answer is, they both do. I know, on Family Feud, you gotta have one answer on the board. But in the real world, it's clear that both the lightning-fast innovation of technology and the timeless, steady appeal of luxury are two of the most powerful money-making engines on the planet. They are two different philosophies, two different strategies, but they both lead to the top of the financial world. So the real question isn't who won. The real question is, which path speaks to you? If you were given the choice, which kingdom would you rather rule? Would you want to be the tech wizard moving at the speed of light, betting it all on the next big thing? Or would you rather be the luxury king, patiently building a timeless dynasty, secure in the knowledge that your legacy will endure for generations? Think about it. There's no wrong answer, but the one you choose says a lot about who you are. Now that's some food for thought right there.